Hola a todos, buenos días, bienvenido la TFD show. Hello everybody, good morning, welcome to the TFD show, Talking Football Daily. I'm your host Kennedy, and I'll be talking to you about what's going on in the world of football. Now let's get right into it. I know some of you are wondering why I started this show speaking Spanish. Well, I was trying to mimic Trent Alexander-Arnold. I said, if this guy can do it within a short period of time, man, there's no Spanish I can't speak. I can speak Spanish to the end of the show. You want to see it? Should I try it? No. Let's don't take it too far, and I don't want to. I'm thinking of my viewers, so I want my viewers to understand what I'm saying. So I only decided to do the intro in Spanish. So that's all. Trent Alexander-Arnold was speaking Spanish in his review to Real Madrid when he just there in front of the dignitaries, in front of Real Madrid fans and the whole world, telling them that he's happy for this opportunity and he will try his best for Real Madrid. Now it get me to think, and I'm like, I see why people did not like Trent. I see why they did not like Trent Alexander-Arnold. I see why some Liverpool fans were hating on him and were booing him. It all makes sense now. That was why it's very important not to criticize Liverpool fans for judging or booing or hating on Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's football. Football is all about tribalism. You can't have football without loyalty and pledges and I like you, I don't like you, things like that. Banter is all about football. So what does it mean? The biggest club in England, Liverpool, not just because they won the Premier League, but because they have the highest record when it comes to the Champions League too. I mean, when it comes to trophies, I think Liverpool is the one that can represent England even ahead of Manchester United, even if they are even in Premier League trophies. But I think Liverpool is a much more better club, and now showing that they won the Premier League. Manchester United was 15th in the Premier League position. But when it comes to international trophies and everything, world recognition, I think Liverpool is the number one club in England, not just this Premier League season that finished and because they won the trophy. So why can you leave the biggest club in England to go to the biggest club in the world? Are you saying we are not the biggest club in the world? I thought we were the biggest club in the world. And the English Premier League is the biggest league in the world. Everybody knows, everybody talks about it. But you left it to go to Real Madrid. What are you trying to say? Now, I see why Liverpool fans don't like you. Man was so loyal. Man was happy. Trent Alexander-Arnold was talking from the bottom of his heart. Imagine taking your time to learn Spanish just for your presentation. That's love. It can only be love. I mean, this guy loves Real Madrid. It's so obvious that he loves Real Madrid. So Trent Alexander-Arnold was speaking Spanish fluently. No mistake, not this one I was speaking. Buenos dias, hola a todos, bienvenido, la TFD show. That's all I could memorize for the show. I couldn't read the full sentence. So guys, I understand the criticism and I hope he plays well for Real Madrid because I really like him. I think he's a world class player, he's a beautiful footballer to watch. So good luck to Trent Alexander Arnold and Real Madrid because there's so many changes in that club. Bringing of Xabi Alonso, Trent Alexander Arnold, Dean Hoisting, Master Tueno, 17-year-old boy that was bought for 45 million euros. So many changes in that club. And I hope can help what they are doing there because I really want to see Real Madrid win trophies starting from the Club World Cup. That's it on Trent Alexander-Arnold. I wish him the very best, and I hope my Spanish gets better too. Then that's it. Then Victor Gyokeres. What's going on, Victor Gyokeres? Victor Gyokeres is having a bit of misunderstanding, a serious misunderstanding with his club. The president of Sporting has spoken. Victor Gyokeres' manager has spoken. Victor has said he will not talk until after everything, but most of the things we have heard is false. That's what he said, and he removed Sporting from his Instagram. So a lot of drama in this transfer saga. He was thinking that he will leave for about 60 million euros with 10 million add-ons. Now, the president of Sporting, Federico Varende, something like that, Veranda, something like that, he came out to say that he's not going to collect the complete release clause for him, which is 100 million euros, but they want more than the 60 million. 60 million. So I think maybe they're about 75 to 85 million is what Sporting is hoping to get for Gyokeres. Can you blame them? They probably have the best striker in the world. I think the only person that is better right now than Victor Gyokeres in the transfer market. I'm not talking about strikers like Kylian Mbappe that is already fixed in the club. I'm talking about players available in this summer transfer window. I think it's only Victor Osimhen that is better because he has been improving it time and time again. We have been hearing Victor Osimhen's name for like maybe 3-4 seasons now consecutively, and he has proven it that he's world class. So apart from Victor Osimhen, I think Victor Gyokeres is the biggest striker out there, and he was hoping that his club could let him go for less than that. You know, when you go for less than that, you get a better offer, signing bonus in terms of salary, and it will be easy for another club to buy you. But Sporting wants more, and Victor Victor Gyokeres' agent has come out to say that there's a gentleman agreement that they made with Sporting that he will let him go for 60 million plus 10 million add-ons, and he say he has proof. So anything gentleman agreement, if it's not signed in paper, don't believe it. But I know we live in a world where verbal agreements should not be dismissed, it should count, because me and you cannot say something and you go behind my back and do something else, sort of like a betrayal. But how do we know who is telling the truth? Because we're not there when it happened. So how do we know that they really had this gentleman agreement, and Sporting is not being greedy? That's it on Victor Gyokeres. I hope Victor Osimhen gets a club first before him, because I'm a big fan of Osimhen. So apart from that, then we'll talk about Bryan Mbeumo. Bryan Mbeumo, he made it clear, I think about 2 weeks ago, that he wants to go to Manchester United, and Tottenham is offering more for him. Tottenham Hotspur wants to pay about 70 million for Bryan Mbeumo, but I don't think it's going to work. The only advantage to that deal is that Tottenham they have hired Thomas Frank. That is the former Brentford manager, who is Bryan Mbeumo's former manager last season and before then. So with his influence, he's trying to bring Bryan Mbeumo to Tottenham, but I don't think it will happen, because the player wants to go to Manchester United. And in Manchester United, you don't have to fight for space, you don't have to fight for position. Once you just come in, that right wing is yours. Amad Diallo can drop to a right wing back position, and they can do the job together. But when you go to Tottenham, they have players like Bernard Johnson, Kulisevsky, players that are good. No, Tottenham, their problem is not scoring. The problem of Tottenham has never been scoring. I think they're about the fourth highest goal scorer of last season in the Premier League, about maybe 65 goals thereabout. Their problem in Tottenham Hotspur has never been scoring. Their problem is defense. So when you go to a club like Tottenham, if I was Bryan Mbeumo, I would not go to Tottenham, because I have to fight for places with Bernard Johnson and Kulisevsky, and that would be a tough one, even if you had 20 goals. But you don't need that kind of record. Tottenham is a very inconsistent club, entertaining on the eye, beautiful to watch, but very inconsistent. I hope Thomas Frank can bring some stability. But what I think is, if the player wants to go to Manchester United, the player will go to Manchester United. So it doesn't matter how much Tottenham Hotspur, even if they offer 75, 80 million. So far, Bryan Mbeumo wants to go to Manchester United. I see it happening for him. So that's the news on Bryan Mbeumo. Then we have Nico Williams. Nico Williams probably be going to Barcelona. Is open to the idea of reducing his salary. Wow, some people are nice. And just so he can play with his friend Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal posted him yesterday, and maybe it can be an indication that they might be going. And Deco will have some talks with Nico Williams, as the director of Barca. And let's see how it go. Nico Williams playing along with his friend. Nico Williams playing number 7, Lamine Yamal 11, Rafinha comes to the middle as a number 10, then Lewandowski up front. So that would be a perfect combination for many, many goals. Your defense has to be strong. I think it will make a lot of defense terrified. That's it on Nico Williams. What do you think, guys? Should he go to Barcelona and reduce the salary? Should Bryan Mbeumo stick to being in Manchester United, or should go with his old manager to Tottenham, Thomas Frank, who can give him some stability and will continue that thing they have been doing in Brentford? And how do you see the whole Victor Gyokeres saga, transfer saga? What's going to happen if if they don't settle, if him and Sporting don't settle on the price? It might make other clubs not interested in getting him. Arsenal is there, but Arsenal is not really serious about Gyokeres. I see they are having serious talks with Benjamin Sesko, but as far as I'm concerned, I think Arsenal should go for two strikers. With the inconsistency in goals, we need two strikers. Arsenal deserve two good strikers. Two good strikers. Look at Manchester City. Manchester City has Marmoush and Haaland. So one striker is not enough. Arsenal, as a club like Arsenal, are serious about winning the league. Looking at what Liverpool has done this transfer window, buying of Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, and Gyokeres is coming probably. Yeah, I think it will be a done deal with buying. With Bournemouth. So looking at what Liverpool is doing in the transfer window, I think Arsenal needs two strikers. One striker might not be enough. What if that striker get injured? Do we still want to keep Kai Havertz? If we get only one striker, then it means we want to keep Kai Havertz. But I think Gabriel Jesus will go. Yeah, that's it. I think Arsenal should get their acts in order this summer transfer window. Then okay, Guys, I think that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching the TFB show, Talking Football Daily. Tomorrow I'll improve on my Spanish. Bye for now.